Good day and welcome back to another DBZ Dokkan battle video. In this video we're going to be taking a look at Furious Instinct's Great Saiyaman Super Saiyan 2 and how good he is after his Extreme Z Awakening. Great Saiyaman is a AGL and physical type lead of Ki +3 attack and defense of 100%. No HP boost, which is not so great. He greatly raises defense for 1 turn and raises his attack for 3 turns. He has attack and defense of 180%, whilst also having an additional Ki +3 and attack and defense of 60% up to 180% per Defenders of Justice or Exploding Rage, category ally self-excluded on the team. He performs a guaranteed critical hit when there's a Majin Buu Saga enemy, has an additional attack of 180% and damage reduction of 30% when there's an extreme class enemy, and recovers 50% HP if HP is 30% or less at the end of the turn when there is an extreme class enemy once only. He will also launch an additional attack that has a high chance of becoming a super attack. In terms of build, it's very difficult to say. Obviously, he's much better against extreme units, so I highly suggest only really using him there. And as a unit, 30% damage reduction is not bad. He also raises his defense for 1 turn on that super, which means his start of turn defense isn't going to be so bad once you go through the multiple super attacks. Personally, for me, I would probably say, at least for me, additional mixed with crit, mainly because you can gain a 3rd attack but majority crit. So he has additional built-in, a little bit of additional, majority spent on crit if you want to use him for damage outside of Majin Buu. If not, and you're looking purely for a defensive build, then majority split between evasion and additional. Now for Gohan, stat wise, nothing too crazy. The first couple clips you'll see here will be him basically with how can I say it? Yeah, mediocre-ish attack stats, 3.3, and then obviously, later on you'll see when we have the full buff of Exploding Rage or Defenders of Justice, and that rises to about 4.4. So it does make a considerable difference, especially in the defense. You see it going from like 130k to like 172, 180. At a rainbow level, you can realistically expect Gohan to probably hit for around 6.5 million, depending on equips and link levels, and you're probably looking at him having around about 250k defense dollar turn, and that's not too bad. Remember, he greatly raises, so that defense will become close to like the 500-ish k mark, and he has 30% damage reduction, so should be good for normals against quite a few enemies. The big question is mainly just, from that, how can he essentially take things on, if you know what I mean. So yeah, it's definitely very, very interesting, I will say. But I think overall for me, just kind of based on like everything so far, I would probably say that Gohan looks okay. He doesn't necessarily look incredibly solid. He looks decent, and I think that's not terrible. But for me, all things considered, just definitely feels like there could be a slightly better opportunity for him as a unit, so to say. And I think like ultimately for me, it's just one of those things where I think you have to sort of take everything with a pinch of salt. He's not a bad unit. I think he's very limited for what he is, and I think ultimately for me, that's probably the biggest issue I have. He just feels very limited for what he is, more so than anything else. Like, I would hope that when you limit a unit like this, you make them incredibly good if they meet all those limitations. I think like for what he is, he's not bad. I don't think he solves anything specifically for Defenders of Justice or Exploding Rage or anything. Can slot onto Special Pose, but that's really about it. Link wise, not a bad link set. Super Saiyan, prepared for battle, quite a few different solid link sets, but in general, not necessarily like a good link set. Like, there's nothing too crazy here, but it's a good solid link set. Decent Ki for people that need it, decent this for everyone that needs it. So yeah, realistically speaking, just a solid time. Just a very, very, very solid time. So yeah, anyway, that's pretty much going to be it from me. Honestly speaking, pretty straightforward. And I hope ultimately at the end of the day that you guys enjoyed the video. If, of course, you have Gohan and you're wondering whether he's worth the time and effort, he is. I think he could be a niche spot filler on a special pose team, just to potentially kind of float around, maybe potentially not taking too much damage. There's definitely space for that, but you do need to make sure you meet his requirements, because there is quite a big difference in his performance based on those. But yeah, that is definitely it from me. Hope you guys enjoyed the video. If you did, leave a like. Let me know if you've used Gohan and what you think about him. But see you next time. Bye.